Well, it's actually happening. I didn't think it was going to happen because of Pokemon, but it's actually going to happen. It's time for me to rip apart the racist, fascist piece of shit. No bullshit. As my buddy Vlog sent me this video just a while ago after we finished filming our first Pokemon series coming up very soon, which, by the way, tune in for that. It's a good laugh, the first episode, as we ripped No Bullshit apart here in the first episode. So who is No Bullshit, you're asking? Well, he is a brainless, far-right, racist, fascist, anti-Semitic piece of shit. And yes, I'm going to use all the isms for him because they actually applied to him. He believes blacks are inferior because all they do is commit crime and they have low IQ. And he believes in the Jewish question, along with eugenics and pseudo-racist science. After all, he's not racist, he's a race realist. And yeah, he is obsessed with race. Just like SJWs that he makes fun of all the time, he doesn't realize it applies right back to him too. He's the reverse SJW, basically. But this video, to my surprise, he actually is a former fan, at least, of Pokemon. And the first 4 minutes, he actually talked about that, which kind of felt sympathy for me somewhat, because I also had that experience too. But then he shat the bed, literally, with the rest of the video. But first off, before I get to his racist crap, I got pissed off when he started talking about the no national dex crap, because he made way too many justifications and excuses for that to happen.
Many had hoped Sword and Shield would feature the franchise's entire 800-plus character cast. When Pokemon and Nintendo announced this wouldn't be happening, many were upset about it, to say the least. And I think I understand both sides here too, but really, fans were just wishful thinking too much if you ask me. Assuming the company would make all 800 Pokemon into one game is a bit much. It would totally be cool, but I imagine the amount of CGI construction, animations, movesets, and balancing and so on, that's just too much for this project. The game would basically cost so much to make if they did all that, they couldn't even make money on this product. So them sticking to their usual limited amount of Pokemon setup does still make sense.
No, no, no. There are no two valid sides on this. The people that defend the no national dex crap are wrong. That's the end of it. And also, oh my god, your excuses are the same NPC talking points that me and others have refuted for like the last month now. 1, they already have the models for the older Pokemon. 2, they're using pretty much the same animations for all the moves and crap that they're talking about the new animations and shit. They've worked on the game for 2 to 3 years now. They've had older games that had 800 Pokemon there, which you implied that has never happened before when you're dead fucking wrong. Nintendo would back them up if they have any money troubles, and more importantly, it doesn't fucking matter because Pokemon is going to sell out no matter what. The only way Pokemon would never make money off of the new games is if they fucked up the series so badly that the core audience leaves them. That's the only way that would happen. But I highly doubt that will happen anytime soon. So, all your concerns are not relevant nor non-existent. Alright, with that out of the way, let's now get into the video where he points out his racism and his obsession with race, and it's quite hilarious as he was talking about Nisa.
Next, let's talk about this new human character for the game, which can be seen in this still from the demo. Her name is Nessa, and she's a new gym leader who wields water-type Pokemon. She's also the topic of the next controversy about this new game. This is the SJW-influenced, really stupid one I hinted at earlier. Apparently, Nessa has been very well received by fans so far, so much so that she's also been getting her own fan art drawn and made about her by some of her more hardcore fans. Not too big of a surprise since anime weebs love their sexy drawings and all, but also, it's worth mentioning that a lot of this attention is coming because Nessa is dark-skinned, of course.
Oh, God. Remember, guys, it's us liberals that obsess with race all the time. It's not like pieces of shit like No Bullshit here bring up race for something that's not relevant whatsoever. Oh, wait, he just fucking did. As someone who's actually in the Pokemon community, unlike you, I have never, ever seen anyone obsessed with the fact that she's black. The only people I've seen that make a big deal about her being black are racist pieces of shit like you, who are obsessed with race at every single corner because you are race baiters. And trust me, it gets dumber and dumber and dumber as we continue on.
First though, let's look at an article from our least favorite pro SJW gaming rag called Polygon. Their article's called All Hail Nessa, the new water-type gym leader from Pokemon Sword and Shield, with a subtitle saying, "We have decided to stan a queen." Jesus, settle down there, guy. You act like you've never seen a minority before, and quit trying so hard to treat them like they're princesses all the time. You're patronizing the minorities, dude, and girls don't like that either.
What? All this weird ass shit he just says applies to him and other stupid far-right conservatives. You hypocritically treat women like delicate little angels that can't do anything for themselves. And also, don't act like idolize and worship women that parrot your ideology. Candace Owen. Oh, that's right too, I forgot. If we ever criticize Candace Owens, we're just racist white liberals. I forgot about that, my bad. Because remember guys, conservatives never bring up race when you criticize them.
Regardless, let's read on and see how cringy this shit gets. Look, I'm never so ready to end a 22-year-old relationship with a character that I grew up with, but Misty, it is time to step aside. Nessa is the new all-time master of water Pokemon. If you say so, buddy. To me though, in my opinion, Misty is a Pokemon legend. She's in the original game and the anime and everything. So me seeing some hot minority in a swimsuit in 2019 isn't going to make me just drop our girl Misty and forget about her. And let's be real here, guys. The reason this Polygon writer wants Misty to step aside is because she's white, of course. That's exactly what this coded dog whistle-like phrase means when it's coming from left-wingers. And in turn, the main reason this SJW is fawning over Ness so much is because she's brown.
No bullshit! You really gotta try to be a comedian. I'm serious, you say some of the stupidest things that makes us progressives laugh at you. God damn it. And also, it's almost 1 in the morning, so I would really appreciate if you did not say dumb things so I don't have to wake my parents up and all, but oh dear God, where to begin? First off, race baiting much? You're bringing up race as the reason why people like Nessa or this article? What, in what way, how can you interpret this as because she's black? They didn't say that was the reason whatsoever. You made that up. You made that up in your head because that's all you can see because you're racist. All you anti-SJWs and you far-right assholes, all you can see and think about and obsess is race. You're blinded by it. And you're so blinded that you literally whitewashed a character. And you're probably thinking, what are you talking about? Misty isn't white. She's Japanese, you fucking idiots. Remember, where does Pokemon originate from? Japan. Where does the region Misty's based upon Kanto from? Japan. Just like the very first 4 regions in Pokemon, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh, all based upon areas in Japan. The game, all the characters in these regions are Japanese by default. And you're so stupid or you're so obsessed with race to the point that you can't see that. You are too blinded by thinking about glorious white people all the time that you actually said Misty is white like the fucking race-baiting moron that you are.
Even though they won't ever admit this directly. They do come pretty close to saying this though in their next bit. Take a look at this part. Her character design is fire, or water. She rocks perfectly applied eyeliner and purple eyeshadow. I'm obsessed with her hoop earrings and she dons a Poke-inspired swimsuit fit for an athlete. Also, she has floaties on her sandals. Okay. Nessa also has fans excited because she is also among a growing list of Pokemon Sword and Shield character cast that are dark-skinned, along with Leon and Hop. This is important given that many Pokemon characters are often white. Why is that important though? Really? I hate it when these leftists just assume things like this, things that they like are good and important without any explanation, especially when you're writing an article for a wannabe news site. They should at least try and say some bullshit and explain this, like saying something like representation is important because yada yada yada, but instead it's just assumed and I really don't even know why anymore. Could be a slew of bullshit reasons, but when you get right down to it, people like this just think white characters are bad because they hate white people and they want less white characters and more browns, of course.
This is literally coming from the same person who just a minute ago said Misty was white. Talk about an assumption, much. Also, why do you have a problem with non-white characters in Pokemon? I think we actually know why. Do I have to bring it up again? Oh, that's right. Because you're racist, you're racist, you're racist, racist. Because guess what, you stupid fuck? There's nothing wrong with Pokemon wanting to add non-white, even though they're not white, they're Japanese pretty much, remember? But there's nothing wrong with them adding them in. Because remember, they want Pokemon to appeal to everyone. And that's why they're becoming more diverse with their cast. That's not a problem. That's something that should be praised. The fact that you got a problem with it, however, says a lot about you. And he, of course, continues to dig himself in a bigger hole in the next part.
I mean, that's not even really an exaggeration or assertion anymore. That's literally what these SJWs say they want now. And somehow, they don't see this as offensive or racist at all. Even though, if I said the opposite, they would certainly call me a racist or a fascist or Nazi. For example, if I cheered on a character just for being white and then said it's important to have more white characters in this game, well, this Polygon writer would certainly call me a racist for that. But somehow, in his messed up mental gymnastics driven by a left-wing world, well, being anti-white is okay, according to these whack jobs. Hell, it's encouraged even.
Wow, nothing like a bunch of buzzwords and assumptions once again. Okay, first off, when people call you a racist, a fascist, and a Nazi, guess what? You are those things. You are by definition racist, a Nazi, a fascist. You are all free. That's not debatable. Sorry if you don't like that, but facts are facts and labels are what they are. Also, wanting more minorities in a video game isn't fucking racist. You, on the other hand, complain about it on the other hand all the time. Sure seems like it's racist, buddy. And also, no. That's not quite the accurate comparison. First off, if you said it that you like the character because they're white and you like more white characters in the game, that would be negative because you are racist. That's why. Now, if I said, on the other hand, I would not be called a racist anywhere near as close as you are because I'm not racist like you are. And here is a hypocrisy that I've noticed a lot with anti-SJWs. Here you are complaining about people liking more minorities in a video game, yet at the same time, you obsess with characters being white in games and other media too. You're obsessed with it to the point where you incorrectly call a Japanese character white. I've seen this with so many right-wing anti-SJWs, it gets fucking ridiculous. And they don't see the hypocrisy that they are no different than SJWs themselves.
Next, the Polygon article goes on to gush over some fan art made of Nessa online, which, quite frankly, I find a little creepy sometimes. It's all for fun though, and some of the drawings are actually pretty impressive. And this is what leads to the final part of these Pokemon controversies too. You see, there was lots of fan art going around about Nessa this week, and a few of the drawings actually sparked a controversy of their own. Specifically, one Japanese artist was attacked viciously, all for making Nessa the wrong shade of a color, according to some SJWs. For more details, let's turn to an article from Bounding into Comics called Japanese Artist Najuko Harassed and Accused of Racism Due to Fan Art of Pokemon's Nessa. Check this bullshit out. A Japanese fan artist has been subjected to harassment and accusations of racism due to a lighting choice on a drawing of the recently announced Pokemon character Nessa, which slightly lightened the tone of her skin color. On June 13th, artist Najuko shared an image they had drawn of the Pokemon Sword and Shield Water-type gym leader to their personal Twitter page. For the drawing, Najuko chose a softer, muted palette choice for Nessa, resulting in a stylistic and colorful piece, which deviated slightly from the colors displayed in her official artworks. Well, this all looks fine to me. Just a lighter shade on the already light brown skinned Nessa. Apparently, SJWs don't understand colors, drawings, lighting, and art, because if they're going to call this racist, well, that's just crazy. The image quickly gained traction among Najuku's almost 60,000 Twitter followers, and once the piece was fully circulating across social media, Najuku's post was quickly descended upon by users accusing Najuku of whitewashing and racism. Then there's there's a couple of tweets saying things like, Nessa is a brown girl, please make sure your art reflects that, frowny face. And also, this would be cute if you got her skin tone correct. Whitewashing is ugly. Wow, just wow. Now we're talking about whitewashing of a fan art picture drawn based on a character from a Nintendo video game. We have clearly reached peak wokeness here, guys. This is 2019 and current year in a nutshell. Make no mistake. Anti-white racism being slung at people who accidentally pissed off the social justice warrior PC police. What a goddamn joke. In the end, clearly this artist isn't racist, and they've done nothing offensive or wrong. Really, the SJWs have just shown their true colors here. They want things to be darker and, of course, less white, because they hate white people and want less of us around.
Guys, he is literally complaining about SJWs complaining about whitewashing as he himself whitewashed a character. He doesn't realize it because he's that fucking stupid and he is obsessed with race too. Also, don't make me have to bring up conservatives always having a meltdown of media having more non-white characters in them. We're literally watching a video right now of a conservative complain about that right now. And of course, he has to make it more sinister than it seems. That us who are happy, or at least in my case, pretty much indifferent, about minorities in a video game, we just want whites gone and be everyone non-white. Yeah, no, that's not the case whatsoever. And also, when you look at this guy's past and what he said, it's quite clear he is the reverse. He wants non-whites in media. And also, he's doing the good old using random anecdotal tweets on Twitter to mock liberals, which is another hypocrisy because he and other conservatives have a meltdown when me and my fellow progressives go on Twitter and we find very stupid right-wingers saying the exact same dumb and racist shit, and you all say, that doesn't represent all of us. Well, guess what? You're right. But that also applies to us too, and you can't use these random people as evidence that all of us liberals are batshit insane. But you fucking do because you're a fucking hypocritical partisan hack. And a racist Nazi piece of shit. And by the way, I just remembered too, no bullshit here, he literally did complain about movies having non-white characters in them. So he is literally the reverse SJW, and he is racist. He is obsessed with race. He can't stop thinking about glorious white people not being in games 100% all the time because that's all he can see and think about is race because he is a white nationalist, fascist, Nazi, racist piece of shit. And goddamn, what a shitty video this one I had to watch. But hey, at least it was a good laugh. I got to destroy another idiot for defending the no national dex bullshit. And I got to destroy one of the stupidest right-wing assholes on Twitter and a racist piece of shit. Goddamn, I said racist a lot in this video, but guess what? He fucking is. And that's legit too. He actually is. It's not debatable. So fuck no bullshit. You're a racist piece of shit. Deal with it. And fuck all you right-wing retards that make a big deal about Nessa. But hey, we all know the history of right-wingers when it comes to black women. They sure love to sexualize them a lot, especially slave owners.